Doubted you 2 years ago. Who did not doubt you 2 years ago?
Even my wife said it was a bad idea.
But who did not doubt you? I tell Hater that all the time. I believed in it from the beginning, and thank goodness he pulled it through.
But where's my money?
Where's my money? So thank you to OCR World Championship for Mud Run Guide for sponsoring or co-sponsoring this award with us, giving this night to honor some people who are doing some really great things in our community. For Those Who Would is a new charity launched in about August, a couple of months ago. We're 100% in the obstacle racing community. 7 members of our board, 5 of us are deeply rooted in the OCR community, including Margaret. Amelia Boone is another name you might know. Carrie Adams Connors is the other big name that has been influential in getting us off the ground. Our mission is to support those individuals who can't do the types of things that we really take for granted, being to come out here and play on an OCR course every weekend because of injury or chronic diseases. We also, and I'll talk more about this later with any of you that want to, is we offer a platform for any individual athlete who wants to who has their own personal cause, so someone in their life that they want to raise money for that's suffering from these illnesses or afflictions and need a charitable platform to kind of run and do this through. That's kind of what we're here for. But this is not about For Those Who Would. This is about the people who are doing some really great things in outside of our community. We opened up this Humanitarian Award contest in August, right after we launched. We took online nominations for people who were doing these types of great selfless acts. The numbers were great. I mean, the people there that have been nominated, as you know, being in the community, some people are doing some fantastic things. We had a team from OCR World Championships, from Mud Run Guide, and For Those Who Would choose finalists. There were 4 finalists. And what is really kind of neat and interesting, I think, about the 4 finalists is the things that they're doing are very diverse. And before I recognize our winner, I kind of want to tell you the names of the other 3 people. And I don't think any of them are here, but you may know some of the names. Zachary Nubbs-Paban, who founded More Hearts Than Scars. He works with a lot of people who are suffering from just a lot of things that's come from war, from depression, from abuse. So he's doing some fantastic things with those. Maddie Gregg, who's going to be here, but he's not here yet, right? So Maddie Gregg raised $30,000 for Wounded Warrior Project last year, $30,000, which I need to talk to Maddie and maybe see if he can kind of come over like our way a little bit. Rose Day is the other person that was nominated. Rose, in a kind of very different fashion, she took in a homeless person this past year, a young man, homeless, took him in, fed him clothing, gave him shelter, got him back on his feet, got him a job. He's kind of turned his life around. So some really, really great things are going on. And I'm going to tell you our winner here in just a minute, but let me kind of read from the nomination what was kind of said about him. And I think I'm getting old. I think I need bifocals. But over the past 9 months, Jesse has been working with a group of approximately 50 youth from Covenant House in Toronto, an organization which provides shelter and services to homeless, abandoned, abused, trafficked, and exploited youth. He brings them to his gym to train once a week and has invited them to participate in the race series he has created at Alpha Obstacle Training. The goal was to get them prepared for the Spartan race in Toronto. Although the training was to prepare them for a physical challenge, the time he spent with them gave them much more than strength and speed. To say that the training and Spartan race was successful for them is an understatement. The youth director at Covenant House said that even a week later, many of the kids had not taken off their medals. He gave them such a sense of pride and accomplishment, and they overcame huge obstacles with his selfless support and encouragement. He did this at no cost to the youth or the organization. He did it out of compassion. Jesse now plans to expand his program and is looking to bring 300 plus youth next year to the Spartan race. I think this is just a testament to the types of things people in our community are doing. We are all obstacle racers, but we're humans first. And part of this award is we wanted to kind of raise awareness of the things that we're doing and inspire everyone else. We can go out and do these types of things and make a real difference. Now, one thing that Jesse may or may not know is I got a letter from several of the youth that has done this, and let me read just one of them. To whom this may concern, Alpha Gym, particularly Jesse Bruce, has provided me an outlet for pent-up anger, spite, fury, anxiety, and most important, confusion in a life of mine that hasn't always come easy. In the recent stage of coming into my own, I still have confusion in his life. I write this being a resident of Covenant House, Toronto, due, in fact, of me being part of the homeless population. Although I've met good friends here that I will cherish in my lifetime, life travels fast with unknown possibilities around the corner, with the only guarantee being death. Very few people would understand that. Through Alpha Gym and Spartan races, I'm able to alleviate my anxiety from near-death experiences. The anxiety of knowing I was never given the same opportunity as most. Never given a chance, constantly overlooked, constantly slept on, with family giving up on me at an early age. Never getting to really enjoy my youth from things I've been through. I'm very lucky to get to go to 13 Poison Street, Toronto, Ontario, every Monday of the week. For 1 hour alone, to not only to do something productive and something to help construct myself into a better person, instead of falling victim to the inner city life of drug dealing and organized crime. Everyone has a life. I understand, but not everyone has a voice to speak up. I only ask for you to listen to mine, Dylan S. So with that, I want to present our first OCR Humanitarian Award to Mr. Jesse Bruce.
Oh, getting emotional there during that. Just want to, thank you. First off, I just want to say, like, that letter alone is just perfect testament to these kids. You know what I mean? These kids they're real human beings. They work hard. They go to school. A lot of them didn't have a shot from the get-go. You know, they're so thankful of coming in. They were so appreciative of that race, and they're so supportive of each other and encouraging of each other, and just show what OCR is all about. So, never give up on the underdog. Those kids are real kids with real hearts and, real struggles. So, I want to thank definitely these guys. Mud Run Guide, for those who it's amazing. OCR World Championships, for those who would. I think there's one more on this, I think I repeated one, but it's great because this sport, I believe, is the most empowering and life-changing sport out there. So it's amazing watching these guys, add more credibility, make it what it is. The race directors making the races better and better and better every time. So it's amazing. Another quick shout out to those other nominations, Zachary, Rose, and Maddie. I was reading up on what these guys do, and it's amazing. And I'm surprised I actually won this award, and so I definitely want to share it with them, and definitely dedicate this award to every broken heart, every soul in any kind of prison and institution across the world. This one's for you. There's a lot of evil in there, but there's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of darkness, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of people that made mistakes, and everybody deserves a shot at happiness. Everybody deserves some hope, and to everybody struggling with any kind of mental illness, depression, whatever, you too deserve hope, happiness, peace. Never ever give up on your hope. I know what it's like. I lived most of my life at the bottom, bouncing off it. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to feel pain, to feel guilt, to feel shame, to not sleep, to go on forever, to be completely broken, to want to die. But I know what it's like to conquer and kind of overcome these things and do good with your life, to work hard at something and achieve it. And I think obstacle course racing kind of represents that, and what this world can be, and those obstacles represent real life obstacles, and it's amazing. I was gonna actually touch on that those kids, we worked for a year towards that race, and every single one of them crossed that finish line, and you can see every single one of them stand up a little taller, walk with a little more confidence, a little more strength in every step they took. And like you said, they wore those medals for a week. They came in for training for the week later, all of them with their medals on, with their shirts on, and it was an experience that they'll never forget, and that we're training for next year. And we're looking, and I want to thank, of course, my crew from Alpha Obstacle Training. I know they nominated me for this, and my partner Megan. We're actually, the plan is for just 300 Toronto, but we're partnering with Scotiabank and some few other people because we want to spread this across our whole country and even across North America and even the world. Why not? So, and it's amazing because of the sport and the community and the people that are in it. I guarantee you, every single person in this room would love to do the same thing. So reach out. If you have a gym, I'm sure you have shelters nearby. We can do it. Reach out. And yeah, man, it's you guys, it's the people, it's the community that make OCR what it is, these race directors, everything. So, I think it's the best sport in the world, life-changing, and thanks to everybody here for making it what it is, and good luck tomorrow, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, we have one housekeeping thing, and then we're gonna set up Rise of the Sufferfest with Scott Keneally. But right before that, I was asked to say by the kitchen, when you're done eating, bring your food and your trash up to the window over there, and that would really help clear the plates. So I'm gonna actually kick it over to Scott now, and it might take us a minute or two, but
So I gave up public speaking after last year, and so I'll keep this brief. But I do want to say thank you for everyone that's showed up. I think I said this last year, but this is a big deal. There's 26 countries here. I know many of you travel from very, very far away, and it's a very big thing that you guys actually pay money and come together for this. So. This is why I don't know. So, questions. Let's do questions. All right. We'll do a few course reminders. So we have about 95,000 feet of course marking tape out there. It's about 18 miles of tape. Okay, so we have the course very, very well marked. It's yellow tape. Every year, including last year, and I'm looking at Mr. Hobie Call, somebody ends up going off the course. All right? There's no way for you to go off this course unless you cross tape, with one exception this year. There are 3 water crossings using a river. When you're using that river, the bank will stay always on your left-hand side until you're directed to cross by a sign and a volunteer. The river is shallow. It is either shin to chest deep. So, and one important thing about the water is we know it's going to be cold tomorrow morning. It's going to be at 32 degrees. That's 0 degrees Celsius. So it's going to be a very cold morning to start. Feel comfortable starting in layers. We do have a rule about discarding used apparel and littering on the course. We will allow you to deposit layers at the aid stations. And if you want to drop your clothing layers at the aid station, that's fine. You're more than welcome to collect them after the event, or we will end up donating that clothing. But now, seriously, any questions at all?
Next year.
Next year. Where do you guys think it should be?
Sweden.
We do have a few locations in mind. We are committed to actually bringing it outside the United States. I'm 95% sure it will be outside the United States for the next few years. And that's probably all I can say right now. So we'll see how this year goes. I have a 4-month-old. I'm not sure about this. Anything else, guys?
Team, how does it work?
Oh, team competition. Okay, so team competition's broken. It's a relay format. Teams of 3, broken into 3 sections of running, strength, and obstacle proficiency. We will have the course marked where there are exchange points. All the exchange points or transition points are in those lower fields around all those obstacles. So, for example, athlete will go out and do their first portion of the race, which you saw the course mark. That's largely a running portion, and they'll pass off to their team, to their strength person, and there'll be a sign that says strength. The reason we didn't cover this during the athlete briefing today was because there were a number of athletes that are only racing on Sunday. So we're going to go through it in detail. Thanks. Wasn't nervous before, but now I feel like I'm beatboxing or something. All right. So we will cover in detail on Sunday where those transition points are, but they'll be marked and you will be directed by a large number of volunteers. So your runner will go out, do the run portion, get to a section where it says transition to strength. You'll pass off a Velcro timing chip to the strength person. They'll take off and do their segment. They'll come back to the transition to the main fields, the transition area, to a section that's corralled and marked transition obstacle, and pass it off to the obstacle person, so on and so forth. But you won't need to trek very far into the course. We mapped it out. It's highly experimental for us. We kind of like pushing the envelope and seeing how things go, so we're going to give it a shot.
How long are the sections?
The sections are about 3 miles each. The obstacle portion is a little bit shorter because it's a little bit more concentrated, about 3 miles each. And then, to finish, you'll do 2 team-based obstacles. Cool. Other questions?
When do we get to see that baby?
I kind of thought my wife would surprise me when she showed up today and have him, but she did not. Unless he's like in the trunk or something. All right, let's see how Scott's doing.
If we have any people who know how to play video off a Mac, that would be awesome.